Good evening, basketball world. We are the CrossCourt. So kasama natin ngayon, two of my friends.
Nagka-cut yan pag magsabi ka. Gina-cut mo kasi.
Ang after ko magsabi ng good evening basketball world, ginalagyan ko talaga ng intro muna. Tapos ngayon, dala ng cut ngayon. Except if ever mag-abot ng 30 minutes, cut natin ulit. Tapos So ito na. So kasama natin ngayon, guys. Gabi ang feelers.
Wala na ang intro.
Wala na ang intro magingay para kay Dinko. Na. Sige ding, shoutouts.
Shoutouts sa Bisnok.
Yo. Yun lang. Wala kang shoutouts sa yung mga fans dyan.
Sige, ulitin ko. Shoutout sa Bisnok. Shoutout kay Josh. Mag-ingat ka palagi.
Sino si Josh?
Alter ego ko ba?
Oh, yeah. Tama.
Shoutout sa iyo, Josh. Wherever you are. Sige, sa ating kaliwa, reppin Gambit Cards, di ba?
Yes, Gambit Cards.
Give it up for Competente. Shoutouts, bro.
What's up? Shoutout kay Nathan.
Alter ego mo rin.
Yeah, shoutout sa Gambit Cards and Fin and Foul.
Yeah, so we are live here at the official studio of the CrossCourt. Charot na.
Open studio.
So, bros, kanina pa tayo nakita sa morning. Marami tayong napag-usapan. Pero still, gusto ko lang magkamusta sa inyo. What's going on with you in life? Let's start with Dinko. Dings, kamusta man ang Dings? Kamusta ang ating days during this pandemic?
Siguro, during the start of the pandemic, parang wala pa nag-sink in lahat ba? So, parang normal routine pa. Like, nag-tambay, nagpalata ba?
Oo.
Nood lang mga videos, mga ganyan. Tapos, parang nakahanap ako ng business opportunity na maka-open ng own farm namin or yung livestock trading. So, yan mga kinabisihan ko ngayon. Tapos, sa mga nakakilala sa akin, may Bisnok na kami.
Shoutouts.
Shoutout ulit sa Bisnok.
Headline, the best headline.
Nag-display ka ng mga picture.
Pwede.
Saan usually gina-display? Dito.
Kung saan may point, doon ko na ilagay.
Mga dang headline. So, yun. So, yan ang mga kabisihan ko ngayon. Tapos, one of the stuff na I'm dipping my toes into is yung sa NBA cards, which we'll probably talk about later.
Yeah. Alright. Ikaw, Toms.
Well, 2020, such a roller coaster ride. What a year.
What a year.
But, yun, right now, nag-start ako I started selling mga frozen seafood and then future chicken din.
Oh. I-plug daw.
Yeah, Fin and Foul.
Fin and Foul.
And then, Gambit Cards.
Nandito.
Fin and Foul, yan. And then Gambit Cards din. We'll be talking about NBA cards later on.
Yeah. So, alright. So, kahit tayo, I know na we are all NBA fans here, but let's go back sa start sa season. Ito, napag-usapan ko na to sa aking Basketball Zen na crew. Shoutout sa inyo. So, let's start, diretso na tayo sa predictions. Wala nang intro dings. Dito na tayo sa
wala
prediction.
Wala nang intro.
So, given na.
Ito yung isa sa mga always ko na tinatanong sa aking mga guest. Of course, given na siguro kung sino ang maglalaban sa championship, pero dito na tayo sa Final Four natin. Siguro 2 sa Eastern, 2 sa Western. So, let's start with Dinko. Dings, para sa'yo, who is your Final Four? Pwede natin isali mo sa 2 yung dark horse mo or what?
Cleveland and Cavaliers yung kanya ba?
So, Dings, ikaw, Dings, sabihin ko sana more realistic, pero alam ko na realistic para sa'yo ang
Cleveland
Cavs.
Cavaliers.
Number 1.
Sige, sa West na lang muna, Dings.
1 seed.
Number 1
sa West na lang muna.
Okay, ano ba? Undefeated pa.
Ang West. Top 2 West, top 2 East, no?
Oo.
So, sa top 2 West, for sure, Lakers talaga.
Lakers.
Lakers.
Okay.
Pati, big fan ako ng mga dark horse teams. So, probably, di ko alam if makonsider siya dark horse, pero Denver Nuggets.
Denver Nuggets. So,
Denver
number 3
Nuggets.
sila last year, di ba? The comeback kids. And si Jamal Murray, hopefully this year, maging all-star na talaga siya, di ba?
Hopefully.
Oo.
Maganda naman pakita niya.
Oh, so are you betting on him na, would be more than an all-star, baka all-NBA, ganyan?
I wouldn't say all NBA. I mean, all NBA pero hindi siya mataas na all NBA. Probably like third all NBA. Tapos probably all-star snub siya.
All-star snub, okay.
Maganda yung performance niya pero mas snub siya ba for some reason ma-feel ko lang.
Ngayon ba ngayon kay marami ng mga na-stub na dapat na all-star like Bradley Beal. And si Booker, malapit wala na all-star kung hindi na-injured si Lillard. So, tingnan natin this upcoming all-star kung
dami pa
tutugma
namang
ba prediction mo.
daming mga bagong players na diba, like Ja Morant.
Mga wala pa na all-star tas may potential na all-star. So, ikaw bro, sino man ang mo?
Sa West mo.
Wait,
sa West mo muna.
Sige, dyan, sa West mo muna. Okay.
So West, of course, Lakers, LeBron for life by
Hey.
another team for the West. Maybe Clippers. So West, yeah.
So Battle of LA ang ginano mo.
Battle of LA again yan.
Actually, bitaw, Battle of LA, kay wala na nangyari last
Yun
year.
So,
pero meme naman ngayon ang Clippers. Dapat sila mag-comeback ba eh? Dapat sila mag-improve nilang how they're strong ba? So, yun, Battle of LA.
Battle of LA yata ako.
Any first all-star appearances dyan na...
So West.
So West. Memphis West, diba?
So Ja Morant. Betting for Ja Morant. Si
Ja
Zion
Morant.
pala.
Yeah, of course, Zion. Pero yeah, more of a Ja Morant fan din ako.
Okay. So, Dings, ikaw sa East, Dings.
Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland Cavaliers and Akron Rubber Ducks. G League team. Yeah, pero realistically, for sure, ano gani last year? Miami pati
Miami and Celtics.
Boston, diba? Kasi, not to discredit ang effort ng Miami, pero feel ko ang next year finals kay Milwaukee pati Boston.
Milwaukee and Boston.
Tapos mga first time All-Stars East siguro. Ano ba mga sa East?
Brooklyn, man. First mo, Brooklyn.
Walang mang ano.
Okay. Na first time all-star, no?
Tama ito no? Si Kevin Durant pati si Kyrie Irving pala sa Brooklyn. So, sige, change ko na lang. Cleveland Cavaliers pati Brooklyn Nets.
You change them both by...
Pero mga first time all-stars, sino ba mga anybody notable from the East ngayon?
Feeling ko wala pa na ang ginabet ko, alam ko naging all-star na siya once, but I'm thinking na mag-comeback siya. Drew Holiday. Kay he had a great game in his first game, second game.
Si Jaylen Brown ba? Nag-all-star ba siya? Wala ano?
Wala pa.
Si Tatum nag-all-star.
All-star si Tatum.
So probably tandem ng Boston si Jaylen Brown. First time all-star siya. Kasi ngayon on par sila dalawa ni Tatum.
Same sila ng points, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Per game. So, ikaw Coms, do you have any bets sa
Yeah.
East?
Ako by Brooklyn and Boston.
Any new all-stars?
Rui Hachimura.
Yes,
sir, Hachimura. And then, yeah, you're correct by Drew Holiday. I'm betting on that boy.
Underrated.
Mr. Underrated talaga ba?
Isa rin sa mga, besides sa mga prediction, yung mga trade scenarios ngayon, very common. For example, ngayon, ang pinaka-hottest trade rumors is all about James Harden. So, start tayo with Dinko, any trade machines out there? Baka gusto mo siya mapunta sa Phila, sa Cleveland, sa Boston. So, for you, which is the best team na where James Harden can land?
Tama mo na. May reserve answer na ako.
Okay, let's go, Comps.
For me, I don't know, by when you think about James Harden, I think the whole team would adjust to his gameplay. So, well, one example, pwede Cleveland.
Oh.
Actually, pwede
Okay lang sa'yo?
Cleveland. They have Sex Boy, of course.
Sex boy.
Pero, I don't know. Wala man silang superstar like, even Kevin Love, like, right now, hindi naman siya ganun ka-superstar.
Oh.
Pero yeah, Cleveland is a good
Fuck
place
Kevin
for,
Love.
for Harden. Pero I know they're in the talks with Ben Simmons, diba?
Oo.
Well, yeah. Embiid and Harden, that's a good tandem for me.
So, ikaw, Dings, do you have any, trade
Cleveland.
James Harden to the Cleveland Cavaliers
for
for a
everything?
bag of chips and a copy machine. Make it happen.
KPJ.
Parang kay Corver lang, diba?
No, pero most like mga realistically,
Said the
yeah,
Osman.
definitely Philly is definitely a destination.
Yeah.
Oo.
Tapos I heard one of the more mainstream NBA media outlets. I'm not sure if it was Bleacher Report, pero they predicted na James Harden will be traded to the Pelicans.
Oo, kita yung Bleacher
So
Report yun.
I don't know the
Pero who's gonna be the...
kaya nga, I don't
Parang bago
think,
lang extend si Ingram, di ba?
Yeah, and I don't think they're gonna give up
Pero-
Ingram and Zion. Then, of
Tap-
course, they're gonna be asking, it's either BI or
Zion.
Zion. Wala
Oo.
na may iba. Alonzo, I don't think they...
feel ko it's
Diyan
gonna
na si
be
John Wall, di ba?
it's gonna be a package trade around Brandon Ingram siguro.
Oo, baka kay Brandon Ingram.
Ano bang mga assets ng Pelicans ngayon? Zion.
Lonzo, Josh
Alonzo,
Hart,
Lonzo,
Redick.
Steven Adams, pero I doubt they have Cousins naman.
Wala.
Yeah, it's gonna be
It's gonna be a trade centered
BI,
around
I don't
BI.
know. Ingram or Zion lang yan. Pero I don't think they're gonna give up
Kasi
Brandon Ingram.
sino bang coach ng Rockets ngayon?
Si Stephen Silas. Yung bago nila na... Ano yun siya? Parang tagal lang siya na assistant coach. Ngayon lang siya na first head coach. So,
So it doesn't matter pala kay if
Oo.
i-adjust pa rin nila. So maybe they do get Zion.
I doubt na i-replace ng...
Zion looks too good in a
Yeah.
Pelicans jersey.
Yun nga. And marami na sigurong
Houston, I
na-produce
guess,
na jerseys from Zion. So, like, hindi payag ang NBA. Veto yan ang NBA. Isa pa yun sa So, you sa Pelicans, bro, and ikaw sa Fila. Ako, marami na siya nung na-encounter ngayon. Basta ang okay lang sa akin kahit basta wag lang Brooklyn. Deep masyado ang Brooklyn para sa akin.
May bias ba yan?
Oh, may bias.
Actually ba yun, naisip ko lang bigla na
Trade for Steve Nash.
No.
if i-pursue ng Sacramento Kings si Harden, marami silang assets na
Oh,
pwede mag-give up.
actually, oh.
Pwede si Buddy Hield and Marvin Bagley for Harden.
Habang young pa, di ba? Isa sa mga na chip in ko na teams is Dallas Mavericks because wala kasi they have nothing to lose if ever i-keep nila si Porzingis and Luka. Pero ang question ko lang, sino din ang i-trade nila? Siguro Hardaway, Richardson, and some draft picks, pero I really doubt ba
Yeah.
Pero meron din nag-chip in sa friend ko, kasama ko sa basketball dyan, si Lance Boston, Jaylen Brown, and Marcus Smart.
yeah.
Ikaw, what do you think?
I saw a tweet of Semi Ojeleye. Parang sinabi niya he won't fit well in Boston. Tsaka Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart, I don't think. Kasi from the draft pa lang, di ba? Jaylen Brown, I used to collect Jaylen Brown. He was one of my collections before. And then I think hindi nila give up si Jaylen Brown for Harden. Kasi imagine if Harden will play sa Boston by the ball rotation ba? Masira ang rotation ng bola. So,
Team play ang Boston.
yeah,
No?
team play.
Because of Brad
Yeah.
Stevens ba, and makita ko rin na lahat sila makawak ng bola, and
Defense, may defense lahat.
and baka pala maging rin ba, mag-downplay ang laro ni Tatum if ever dyan si Harden. Hindi siya ma-use sa kanya full potential. So, excuse me. So, next natin na question sa ating first segment where we talk about NBA. Who are your rookie of the years? Any
Isaac Okoro.
may bias.
No bias.
No bias.
Based on skill.
This year.
Anong team gani siya?
Cleveland ba? Gago. Pretend agad mo. Legit, sayang ang ginabet mo na maging rookie of the year.
Oo, syempre may halong bias. Pero
Kamusta ang laro niya so far? Okay ba? Siya may naka-buzzer beater?
Preseason.
Preseason.
Pero
Sino ba ang rookie of the year ko this year?
James Wiseman doing great ba? 18-19 points per game.
Yeah.
Ikaw, do you bet on LaMelo Ball? Edwards is okay.
Pero actually,
Edwards
entertaining
okay.
panoorin si LaMelo Ball. Entertaining siya, pero...
Very entertaining. May narrative
I think,
pa.
possible Rookie of the Year, Cole Anthony. Cole Anthony.
Ano na siya ko na around 20s na siya, no? Around,
15th, if
15 round.
if I'm not
pick 15 siya.
mistaken.
Mahilig ang Orlando ng mga not so star-studded ba?
Hindi, pero Cole Anthony was supposed to be top 5.
Yeah, I mean,
earlier last year.
His gameplay is not fit for college. If you see right now in NBA, he's
galing.
doing good.
He's doing great.
So he's one. Maybe if we're talking about NBA, of course I'm gonna invest on that dude. Pero wala pa naman yung product na may rookie cards niya. But he's one.
Any breakout prediction niyo ng mga breakout players would be feeling niyo na would be shockingly in the MVP conversation this year. Na no one expected. Let's say I'll give in Trae Young, siguro, Baka, if ever mataas ang seed ng Eastern this year. Undefeated pa sila, di ba? And siya ang leader nila. Baka pala, let's say,
as of recording.
As of recording. So, tingnan natin. Ikaw, Dings, do you
Pahirapan
have any
ko buhay mo,
prediction?
well.
Sige.
As of recording, 3-0. Dito yung box score niya. Nandito.
3-0.
Di pa.
Hindi na kailangan sabihin yung name ng team. Basta yun na yun.
Imagine nyo na lang, guys. Kapoy edit.
Dito.
I think yung breakout player for him is Cedi Osman. MVP.
Dito, possible
Ay, sex boy.
If hindi pa na ang trend, there will always be two sides of my story. One will always be biased to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah.
And one is yung more realistic. So,
hey, undefeated pang Cavs, malay natin. Diba?
72-0.
So, sige, any breakout players na possibly be in the MVP conversation? Kaya alam na naman siguro si Lucas, si Lillard. Pwede na siya.
They're not breakout. For me, breakout who will make an MVP case. Siyempre, mag-start muna tayo sa Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yun.
Colin Sexton, doing great.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But realistically and more possible, Brandon Ingram.
Oh, okay.
I feel like
okay
he's...
siya ba? Consistent siya, okay.
I feel like he's gonna have
All-NBA season?
Paul George OKC type MVP candidacy run.
I'm
Parang
happy for
ganyan.
Ingram ba, no, na after sa Lakers, kay okay kanyang performances ba. Pico na, hindi niya na-take yung pressure sa Lakers ba.
Other than that, probably Karl Anthony Towns.
A lot of people pick Kuzma over Ingram, di ba?
Yeah, before. Actually, ako. Honestly, I chose Kuzma over Ingram before.
Ingram
Mas
all day.
dami akong kinolek na Kuzma
Over
kaysa
Ingram.
Sige, before we ask Compe sa kanyang MVP na breakout player kay, for you ba, is Tyler Hero having the Kuzma Kuzma na effect ba na
Kuzma effect,
na
like one
parang
season.
naging one season lang tapos ngayon hindi papayag ang Miami Heat to trade for Harden, for Tyler Hero, ganyan. So, is Tyler Hero gonna be a promising player or just another Kuzma? Sorry, Kuz. Shoutouts.
Medyo controversial ang ko. Pero sige, ikaw na lang muna.
Sige, bro.
Tyler Hero, yeah. He has a good potential naman. Pero they have a very deep bench. So, I guess, well, Eric Spo uses his bench diba? Hindi siya focus on the stars. So, yeah, they have KZ Okpala na we're all expecting to do good. Tapos, they have Duncan Robinson who's shooting.
Precious Achiuwa.
Precious Achiuwa is there. Tapos, Jimmy Butler. So, I guess, not really Kuzma or not really superstar level or nasa middle lang siya. Like, role player in a way. Parang, paano ba? Buddy Hield? Parang Buddy Hield? Who can score?
So if ever bigyan ka ng, if you're in part of the general manager of Miami Heat, payag ka ba to settle in a trade with Rockets which involves Tyler Hero and James Harden?
No.
No, why?
Well, of course, Hero, sobrang defensive. Tapos, of course, si Hero and Harden, they have something in common. They have shooting.
Okay.
Tapos si Hero, he can play the point guard too. May passing siya. So, lamang siya ng konti kay Harden for me. Kasi he's a team player and has defense. So, I won't give up Hero na lang.
Okay. You, bro? Yes.
Cleveland Cavaliers.
Cleveland Cavaliers.
Para sa akin, I have no bias towards Tyler Hero, but I think he's overrated.
Oh!
Okay.
Pakibash.
Tyler Hero
comment your
is
bash
overrated.
on Dinko.
He is overrated. Madami lang, syempre he has
did
media.
good,
He has good media hype for sure. Syempre he likes playing the villain role, which everybody loves.
Yeah.
So syempre may media heat as very transparent with his team, Miami Heat.
Sa IG model kaya ano. Diba?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Madami siyang surrounding hype.
Oh.
Parang very Kuzma-esque ang dating niya.
Yeah.
You're speaking of Kuzma effect kay Tyler Hero,
May
which
ex
is
niya,
ex
diba?
ni Kuzma, yung girlfriend ni Tyler Hero.
What the fuck?
Oh.
Gabi ka coincidence.
Ano yun?
Gabi ka no? Awkward siguro para magbantay ba. Anyways, Dings.
Pero yes, Tyler Hero was overrated in my book. Ano ba siya? First rookie
13th pick. Hindi ko alam.
Last year, ano ba siya?
Hindi ko-
First team all
First or
rookie?
second, nandyan lang yan. Kay, ginabase kasi nila sa regular season. Alam natin na ang best niya na performance kaysa Bob.
I think nasa second team siya.
Second
Nah,
team
not
yata
really
siya.
sure, pero I think
Ay, hindi. Ma-remember ko na. Hindi ko naman
Is he
remember.
is he a top 3 player for the Miami Heat?
yeah, for me, yeah.
Top
Pwede.
3 player?
Oh.
Over Goran Dragic?
I think he's
Goran
number...
over Tyler ako ba eh? Goran over Tyler. Feel ko na mas
Goran.
I think
Ano?
nasa third spot si Tyler.
You
First,
you have
si
Jimmy, you have
Jimmy
Bam.
B.
Bam.
Oh!
Yeah,
I'd say, I withdraw my decision.
Ikaw ba?
Yeah.
So, if GM ka and let's say, Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, Iggy, and some draft picks
For James Harden?
Yes or no?
Depends. What am I GM
yes
of?
or no? You're the GM of the Miami Heat. Ikaw yung may primary decision kung...
Absolutely not.
Ah,
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Because James Harden is very individual dependent, meaning he has to be the primary ball handler, all eyes on him. And Jimmy is the type of player na, as much as he doesn't want to be that type of player, he is for the Miami Heat. Siya ang primary ball handler.
Ako maging sa inyo, against ako sa inyo both kay para maiba din mas spice for the content. Pero ganito rin aking side din kasi para sa akin best if he trades Tyler Hero. I know guys, he is a promising young dude but
You want to spice it up? I-wave nyo si Tyler Hero. Tapos
Gagawa
isign
pa
ng Cleveland Cavaliers.
Gago. Dili feel ko dami siya rong tao na ma-affect sa recency bias ni James Harden. Pinaka-recent siguro niya is yung sistema ginawa ni Mike D'Antoni for him na iso ball and kick out, diba? But throughout James Harden's career, binigyan siya ng role, pinapili siya, and in your first and second season, you'll be a six-man, okay. In being traded to the Houston, you'll be the franchise player, okay. James, you need some defense. Okay, I'll improve my defense. James, we need you to have an ISO game. Okay, so para sa akin, James Harden is a resilient basketball player. He is a good basketball player and let's say si Compe, si Compe ang primary laro mo is scoring, diba? Bale go to let's say okay lang say Paul Pierce or ayaw mo. Basta ka ng go-to guy na tapos pero if ever bigyan ka comes spot up, 'di ba? You'll still take the role and
yeah.
So James Harden para sa
Accepts his
akin.
role.
Para sa akin if ever bigyan siya ng role na ganun, gawin niya para sa akin But nasanay na rin siya if ever let's say off si Bam or si Jimmy and si Eric Spoelstra, James, we need you to score this much points. Okay, coach. So, yun yung aking kaya I guess but still tingnan natin. Wala actually pwede ko nag-withdraw yata Miami, di ba? Nag-withdraw Miami sa trade scenario.
May bagong teams, di ba, gilagay ni Harden sa
grabe kayo
destination niya.
Kaya kasi Harden, feel lang ako
So he's not gonna play
very
talaga
promiscuous basketball
si
player.
Harden sa
Hindi na daw
Rockets.
talaga siya maglaro.
Naglaro pa rin siya. Actually, good game sila ni Christian Wood recently, di ba?
Naglaro na pala siya. Okay.
Pero talo sila.
Di pa
Talo sila.
update.
Kanina.
Pero ang yun? Talo ulit sila kanina. Sino kalaban? Naglaro si Harden?
Naglaro si Harden. Let's pull up the stats.
Ang funny, ang funny ba kay
Nuggets kalaban nila.
Kay di ba yung first two games ni Curry? I'm a Curry fan over Harden, but yung first two games ni Curry, he accumulated 37 points. And ngayon, yung first game ni Harden back kay 44 points agad siya with 17 assists.
First game.
First game niya back and
I saw that.
Diba?
Instagram, yeah.
So, sabi nga ni CJ, malapit sila nanalo nun kung hindi lang na-shot ni CJ McCollum yung game winner. But, para sa akin, James Harden is a really great basketball player. So, if ever, sino mang i-trade para kay James Harden, Yung
Mag-fit
nakatanggap
siya.
kay James Harden, yun yung nanalo sa trade. So, yeah. Yan akin. So, another NBA, I think, meron ka na sa
James Harden, 34 points, 6 rebounds.
What?
Copy.
8 assists. Christian Wood, 23 points, 3 rebounds.
Sino kalaban?
Denver Nuggets.
So that's 78 points in 2 games.
13-point loss.
Bayang, ano yan?
0-2.
By spinach niya lagi ang strip club, bay. Promise, bay. I can feel
Like
it,
I said a while ago, like if si Curry may from the parking lot, si James Harden from the strip club.
Ay,
Step back.
Tingnan natin, bay. And I'm really excited for the season, guy. Knowing na hopefully isa rin ang case na the healthier the team is, mas malaki ang chance na manalo sila. Especially na may COVID ngayon. Siguro kung sinong mas mauna mo vaccine, mas maglaki ang kanilang odds na manalo. But I am just really hoping na this season will be a success because hindi ko gusto na kalit lang mag-stop ang season, di ba? Bali, feel ko bad din niya, parang downside din yan sa ating mga cards na dyan. So, sige, any more mga NBA issues na gusto niyo pag-usapan? Siguro before we proceed to the NBA card talk, let's talk about the new mga debut teams na mga new players sa new teams. I guess na ang question. So, let's say I'll start na siguro with Gordon Hayward. I predicted this in my episode 2 of the Basketball Zen. I'm predicting that Gordon Hayward All-Star is back. The franchise player Gordon Hayward na nagdala sa Utah Jazz to the second round is back by. And I still hope na
I agree.
I still hope na i-trade nila si Rozier. I know, magaling si Rozier, but
Scary Terry.
Habang mataas ang trade value niya, come on, give Hornets a big man. Cody Zeller, come on,
Yeah,
Cody
they already
Zeller.
have like 3-point guards, diba?
Yun nga, tapos
Three-point guards.
Devontae Graham, magaling yan si So, any more new teams for, siguro, Russell Westbrook si triple-double, pero talo, but do you have any new players who looked great in their new teams? So, Dinks, do you have any?
Thon Maker, Cleveland Cavaliers.
Cleveland na pala si Thon Maker.
Oh my.
Yeah. Who looks good who's been doing good in their new jerseys?
Bogdanovich.
Bogdanovich is doing well. As usual, Drew Holiday.
Okay.
He's
One
really
of the underrated.
he's really a good player, but he doesn't get that much hype for it.
Appreciation,
Yeah, he doesn't get much appreciation.
Siguro sa players, pero sa media hindi.
No, absolutely not. Pero players look good in their new uniform.
Look good in a way na maganda ang laro, hindi ang the jersey lang. So, do you have any
any notable people? Definitely Gordon Hayward. People thought he was just a big contract with nothing to show, but he's been proving it. He's been proving people wrong with it, and which is a good thing for him.
Aking kasama ko sa basketball gisali niya si KD kay first time kasi maglaro ni KD.
Oh yeah.
KD is so efficient right now, man. Bale, nakita ko na oh shit, parang wala na injured ba. Pero he's still the KD that we know. So, ikaw and Cops,
I'm actually excited with the potential of John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins in one team.
Okay.
So, doon ako excited. Kasi they've been teammates since college, diba? So, they're now excited to be together in the NBA.
Sayang lang kayo. Wala sila nakalaro kayo. Nagsabay sila haircut ba? And na-trace sila sa na-trace sila sa
okay. So, that's why hindi pa sila nagkalaro. So, yun. I'm excited for them to
Glass
play.
Factory.
Kasi sa preseason, diba? They were doing good. So, yun.
Alright, so
the season wala pa eh.
I hope that they would do
Factory.
great, diba? And
Houston Glass Factory.
And hindi sila maging prone to injury kaya I hope na maganda kalaro.
Houston Glass Factory.
Before we proceed to our next segment, which is we'll talk about the NBA cards, we will cut muna, have a short break. Okay,
Time!
Breakout MVP si Hachimura.
Sige,
for the investment.
Sige, before mag-talk na sa cards kay, roll call lang kung anong sa lahat ng awards. So start na with 6 man. Okay kayo with 6 man?
Yeah.
Sige. Ako,
alright.
Wala pa ako masyado. I haven't watched the games pa.
Same. But based on
stats.
Kasi Montrezl Harrell, they're not putting him sa bench. They're starting him to bench.
6 man, I think Karis LeVert.
Karis LeVert.
Yeah.
Sige.
That's one.
Okay, 6 man of the year for you, bro. Are you banking with Karis LeVert?
Dante Exum.
Cleveland, this is for you.
Definitely Karis LeVert, especially now.
Windler dapat sa'yo, bro. Dylan Windler.
Dean Wade.
Sino Dean Wade ba? Sa Cleveland pa rin yan.
Sa Cleveland pa ba yung Matt Mooney?
Wala na.
Matt
Wala na.
Mooney.
Big shooter.
Definitely Brooklyn, as much star power as they have right now, Karis LeVert still puts up a good conversation.
Oh,
He's
tama.
6-man behind. I don't know. Are they gonna start Karis LeVert since?
I'm hoping na
Dinwiddie's gone?
si Shamet ang nila kay underrated siya si Shamet or si Joe Harris kay
Anybody from Brooklyn will win 6-man of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
They're
si
deep
Joe
down.
Harris ang starting nila. Si Kyrie,
Ay,
Joe
Joe-
Harris, KD.
Joe Harris yung starting.
Yeah, I think siya. Kasi-
Joe Harris.
Patro si
definitely
ano?
Karis LeVert.
Kasi kung ako din coach,
tama.
of course, si Levert kailangan ko sa
Eh, mali,
bench
Jared
score.
Allen pa lang di ba? Jared
Don't they
Allen.
start Jarrett Allen?
No,
si
Jordan.
DeAndre.
Jordan.
DeAndre Jordan.
Sino small forward nila?
Si
Sa-
KD. Sa bench? Si
Sa
And then
starting,
sino-
Joe Harris.
Joe Harris. Ay, what do you mean?
Wait, sino starting 5 ng Brooklyn?
So, si Kyrie, Joe Harris, KD.
Dinwiddie. Kaya nung nandun pa siya.
Dinwiddie.
Dinwiddie.
I think, okay. Akala ko si
So they
Dinwiddie bench
So they
na
made
point.
Joe Harris small forward.
Oh, yes. Pulihan pa nila si Dinwiddie kung sino ang Pero feel ko dapat si Shamet.
Si Shamet ang Tapos si Chioza din mag-point guard.
Chioso. Oh. So, okay.
Or Steve
So,
Nash.
6-man of the year. Bitaw gusto pala Steve Nash pa. Nag-search ka na ako kaya the coach play.
Pwede ba?
Hindi.
Hindi.
When all the players are injured, can the coach play? Lol. Anyways, okay, 6-man of the year, Karis. But bigyan natin honorable mentions Schroeder and Harrell, and siguro hindi talaga mawala sa conversation si Lou Will.
Another name out there, probably Bogdanovic
Bogdanovic
of Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Oh,
6-man
yeah.
siya.
Kasi si Cam,
Hurter. Si Hurter ang
Hurter ang ginawa.
Hurter
Tama
pati.
lang.
si Cam Reddish ang starting, di ba?
Tama
They
lang.
start Cam Reddish.
Actually, si Hunter din, pwede siya.
Ay,
Bench siya.
Off the bench
Bench.
ba nila si Gallo? Or
No,
off the bench din?
Yeah,
Oh,
off
deep
the
sila
bench.
bay.
Yeah,
Deep.
I haven't watched it.
There's a reason why they're 3-0, I guess.
Oh, 3-0 sila. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, anyways, 6-man of the year, Rookie of the year.
Isaac
Okoro.
Okoro.
Ikaw.
Rookie of the Year.
Ako, I'm still going with LaMelo. Ikaw ba?
Sino ba sabi ko? Cole Anthony.
Cole
Anthony.
Anthony.
Okay, MIP.
MIP. Ikaw muna. Nag-iisip ako. Sino pwede?
Nag-iisip ako.
Ako feel ko malaking role ni Cam Reddish siya, sa either Cam Reddish or DeAndre Hunter. Nandiyan lang yun sa dalawa.
MIP.
Okay, feel ko na they will have a breakout season na kailangan nila mag-step up
Yeah.
yan.
MIP.
Terry Rozier.
Akin, Zion.
Zion.
MIP.
Okay,
pwede.
bito.
Diba?
24 games na siya last year.
There was a case na Paul George could have won back-to-back MIP, diba?
Oo. Si sa Siakam, meron din siyang case na malapit siya may MIP twice. Sige, go. Ikaw, Dings.
Most improved player, Darius Garland.
Seryoso yan.
Sexton. I think si Sexton.
Colin Sexton.
Yeah.
But on a realistic note, who's a good MIP? Brandon Ingram makes another great case for another MIP.
Runner-up siya last year, di ba?
Yeah.
Runner-up siya.
Sabonis.
He'd make Sabonis is really, he's been balling.
Yeah, boy. Feel ko maging franchise player na siya with Brogdon. Dapat
Yeah.
i-trade na nila si
I think
Oladipo.
Oladipo is going to be
traded.
he's going to be traded to the
Okay.
Cleveland Cavaliers.
The Cleveland talk na to.
Cleveland
The
talk. May
na to.
podcast tayo, Cleveland lang lahat.
To
Cleveland
support
show.
the Cleveland Cavaliers, so another 6-man on my mind is KPJ.
KPJ.
Yeah.
Shout out
Shoutouts,
KPJ.
Shoutouts KPJ.
I hope you're gonna be out of suspension soon.
Bakit siya gisuspend?
Nagdala siya firearm.
Firearm.
Gago.
Yeah.
Nga, bata
Na car accident siya, pero
Ah.
no DUI. It's na-prove nila na fatigue lang siya.
Okay ka lang dyan, Gams. Hindi siya okay lang, mainit.
Okay lang.
Okay, good.
Vitamin D.
Vitamin D. Alright, okay.
Vitamin D.
6-man, Roy, MIP. Huwag natin pag-usapan ng Coach of the Year. Compare Coach of the Year kay Steve Nash na atik.
JB Bickerstaff.
Yan yung sa Cavs.
Oh, bye.
Hindi ko siya kilala. Ikaw ba? Coach of the Year na lang. Wala.
JB Bickerstaff.
I don't know, but
Okay, let's go for
Nick
the
Nurse.
more spicier na mga awards. Let's go with MVP.
MVP. I always believe that LeBron always makes a case for MVP.
same.
Pero this year, I like the idea of probably because I'm not really big on James Harden, Giannis, because they have their weak points, which feel I think a very unnoted factor kung sinong MVP is the media hype around them.
Oh.
Whether they're played as the bad guy or a good guy depends on the NBA media, but probably a great MVP candidate, which would make a great narrative story, is Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant, okay. Ikaw, bro.
So, for me, MIP pala and MVP for me, Jonathan Isaac.
Hey.
He's gonna have a comeback season, bro.
This year?
This MVP, bago lang injured.
Or Rui Hachimura. Oh,
Rui
sige.
Hachimura.
The healthy one, Rui Hachimura, bro.
If we're doing this, Colin Sexton, Cedi Osman.
So, yun yung bias mo na,
Yeah,
so,
dude.
realistic mo na,
No, actually, if you... Right now, Hachimura is out of the game lang because of yung sa eyes niya.
Okay.
Pero if you watch the preseason games, he's been doing good.
Okay.
So, I really think na si Rui Hachimura is gonna have a case of being in the talks of MVP. Kasi if you think about it, sa FIBA pa lang, Japan, muntik nila taluhin
Pero,
ng
kamusta
USA.
kamusta may stats niya? Kaabot siya 20 points per game this season.
Nag-double-double siya sa preseason. This season, wala pa. Like,
wala pa.
he's out lang for like 2 weeks because of yung red eyes niya. Or,
Okay.
kasi contagious man daw yun. So,
Can I change my MIP?
Okay,
I want to put Markel Fultz.
Feel ko na. Tama, bitaw
I
na.
want to put Markel Fultz
where's
on
the
there.
Markel Fultz autograph? It's not here. It's
Come-
in the car.
Comeback season niya ba?
Comeback season, definitely. He's been...
Okay.
Pero makita mo yung mga drive to the basket niya, nagbangga nila. Tapos mapalid ba?
May nabasa ko na parang si Jamoran ang ginahope na kind of output na ginahope nila kay Markel Fultz. Kay parang medyo malapit kilang laro at first, pero ngayon kailan natin kung sino mas magaling na ngayon.
Absolutely.
I'm still hoping for Markel Fultz.
Pero, so, ang school ni Markel Fultz was Washington, diba? So, gusto ko lang i-add up ang idol ko, si IT4.
IT4.
IT,
Shout out.
Dude,
Saan yan?
MVP siya. MVP race siya, diba? I think
Oo.
nag-MVP
Bye.
race
season.
Nung nasa Boston siya.
Sa
Imagine
Boston
that.
siya.
Mr. Fourth Quarter.
Tapos,
Sino kaya mag-pick up sa kanya? Feel mo may mag-pick up sa kanya na team?
I don't know yet.
Louis B. siya kay parang nagparinig na siya palagi sa Twitter. Wala
I think he's back.
I think he's back too.
I hope.
Pero, I don't know which team siya mag-fit.
Cleveland Cavaliers maybe.
Gago.
He was there, di ba?
He was there,
Nag-teammate
man.
sila before with LeBron.
Sige. Alright, okay. Enough NBA talk. Still NBA talk pa rin the cards. No?
NBA pa rin.
But, moving on to our next segment, why is Compe and Dinko here? Not only because of NBA talks, but NBA cards, man. And, nag-guess ko dito si Joe dati. Shoutouts kay Joe around episode 17 yata si Joe sa TheCrossPod. And currently we are on episode 31. Woo!
Show highlights
Nice.
of
Yeah.
episode 17.
Kago ka ni. Paano pa-edit ko ba?
Si Joe. What's up? Shout out sa'yo, bro.
Shoutouts sa
Bro,
Joe.
Joe.
So, karon bay, we'll ask Compe on his hobby, or is it more on a hobby or a source of income or both or ano man. So, but before that, let's ask how it started. So, Coms, can you share to us your story on this?
It started way back 2016. Pero before 2016, my friend Romeo Bire, shout out
Shoutouts.
sa'yo. He tried to invite me since 2013, 2014. Pero ang only thing na masabi ko sa kanya, bro, anong gawin ko dyan? Ang mahal niya, anong gagawin ko dyan?
Oh.
Pero yun, 2016, introduce niya ako. Kasi andun siya sa Manila, and then the shops are there. So we tried opening packs, nag-enjoy ako, and then I tried to resell it lang. And then it came to a point na naging source of income ko din siya, since in Manila it's hard na parang if I don't have that much allowance to get. So this is my only source of income in Manila aside from basketball. Yeah. So yun, this pushed me to actually na-love ko siya as a hobby, but at the same time naging business ko din siya.
Okay. So, ano bang, can I ask ba, ano yung pinaka-first card na gi-invest mo na, or parang ganun, bro?
So, pinaka-first ko kinolect siguro na player is Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown.
2016 ako nag-start so that's Ben Simmons year. So, yun, si Jaylen Brown yung pinaka-first, isa sa mga first ko na collect. And, yun yung rookie. Pero na-start ko pala talaga is Isaiah Thomas. Kasi yun nga, Mr. Fourth Quarter siya. Mr. Fourth Quarter, like, MVP season, so yun.
Sa mga listeners natin na newbies yan, siguro including me, how does one start a card collection or a card business? you mentioned to me earlier that sufficient lang yung amount na capital para to start this hobby or start this business. So how does a newbie start by?
So, first, ang masabi ko sa lahat, love the hobby first.
Okay.
Of course, I know sa mga tao na gusto mag-join sa NBA cards, maybe na-hype up kayo kasi alam nyo mahal, malaki kita, pero of course, di naman lahat easy. So, paghirapan mo din yan na umabot ko sa part na easy na lang mag-earn, maging hard assets na lang siya. And the only thing na maging successful ka siguro on collecting is if you love the hobby, you understand it. Tapos yun, parang it comes easy na lang pag ma-understand mo na what to buy, what products to buy, which player to get, when to buy, when to sell. So, hindi siya pwede na pagkabili mo nito, gusto mo tomorrow agad, kita ka kaagad. Hindi ganun. So,
gimension sa akin ni Compe earlier, para siyang medyo similar siya sa ating stock market, 'di ba? Medyo
I
similar.
think it's the best analogy.
yeah. It's the same. Like, you buy low, sell high. Ganun talaga. Same logic.
Pati ang bro, feel ko na mas advantage siya ngayon sa stock market knowing na the stock market is currently down because of the pandemic, but I believe that the NBA,
Nag-recovery period naman
ngayon
din.
ang economy, di ba? But the NBA is always still parang mas consistent na siya ngayon kaysa sa stock market because the NBA is still having having
seasons and then
so,
there's a lot of fans.
Siguro if ever may economy bubble na, siguro mas safe ang stock market. But sige, let's go to Dinko. Dinks, kaya sino ba nag-tempt sa'yo? Sino ba nag-demonyo sa'yo para
Hide my face.
Magaling to mag-BI. Kaya if gusto nyo
Brandon Ingram.
if gusto nyo mag-start ng card collection nyo, I suggest Compe is the guy to go to. You can check his stuff out sa Gambit Cards, right?
He has a briefcase,
Dito.
guys. He has a briefcase.
Link. Dito banda.
Gago ka, Dinks.
Gambit.
So, Dinks, ano bang first na card na na-investan mo? Or like, can you tell us a story on how you started,
Brandon Clark ata.
Well, like I've told this to Compe a while ago, but I started probably relatively when the hobby wasn't really that mainstream or where it is now. But at that time, I did it only because I wanted to collect, not to treat it as
just
like an
fun
asset
lang.
or treat it like as something, as a business opportunity. It was just more of me being a fan and I wanted to get cards that I want or like to see how. Literally, I was just a fan.
Oh.
I was just a fan trying to collect stuff, but that was like X amount of years ago. Now, ever since na-introduce ako ni Compe, I see. Syempre, I've grown into a more business-oriented mind, but it's definitely a business opportunity that not only is relatively safe, kasi mas madali siya ma-predict.
Oh.
You can make more information-driven guesses, like you could base it off somebody's good night.
Oh.
Tapos, if off sila, you could sell it the next day. So I think it's relatively safer than that. But yun, it's a challenging, albeit not as risky investment.
It's fun.
It's
Ayun
fun.
Lang.
It's
Yun talaga
definitely
number
fun.
one. We're all fans. We can all be scouts.
Yeah.
Diba?
Oh.
So,
Going back to Dinko, Dinks, from a fan's perspective siguro na, and someone who is still, siguro, newbie ka pa sa
Absolutely. I would really consider myself a newbie.
someone na newbie pa dito na siguro we'd call it an investment.
Yeah.
For you, from your perspective, para if ever someone's listening, ito rin ang kanila bet on a player. Who is your top 3 na siguro potential na would be sold millions in the future?
realistically.
So, realistically though.
No, but I think it's definitely those rookie cards that people are always paying top dollar for, or top peso in our case.
Oh.
So that's definitely top 3. I always see these, but I've always wanted, but I don't like there's a really big risk factor, and those three are definitely Luka Doncic, Zion, and Ja.
Oh, right.
Top three cards. I always see them on the market sold for thousands and thousands of pesos, even millions. And those are the rookie cards. That doesn't even include those that recently sold Giannis card that sold for like 1.6, if I'm not mistaken. Link
$1.6 million US
right
dollars.
here.
Malay natin, no? This draft class ba kay hindi na sa top 10 yung yung best player. Kaya
Yeah.
diba si Giannis kay, di ba?
Bro,
beyond siya, di ba? Beyond the top 10.
when in 2016, bro, naabutan ko yung time na si Giannis this guy is just for free. They give it like for 50 pesos, 20 pesos. And to think the card right now na naging 50 pesos lang before. So, let's say example, this is the card. So, Giannis before, okay, buy 50 pesos lang. Pero right now, it's at 80,000 per like raw, hindi pa graded. If I'm not mistaken, I know nag-reach na siya ng 80,000 or maybe 100 na. So imagine, I used to have like 50 copies of it.
Ngayon, ilan na lang?
Wala na.
Shoutout sa nakabili ng
Shoutout sa mga
Giannis kay Compe.
binigyan ko ng free Giannis Prism. Congrats.
Puta. Pero at that time, wala ka rin na-expect.
No, wala talaga.
Na-shock na lang tayo na naging captain na siya sa All-Star.
So maybe the next one is Jonathan Isaac.
Jonathan Isaac, KZ Okpala, Sekou Dembuya,
Rui Hachimura.
Cards that you have to look out for. Plus, the thing I like about cards is it makes you, especially if a favorite player rather than a favorite team, it makes you become a fan.
Oo.
Na parang you want to back, you make an investment on a certain player's card, and you want them to do good. And every time they score, you feel like it's like extra
points.
extra 100 pesos every time that 1 point he scores. So it's definitely really exciting, especially if you view the NBA as more of a if your favorite player kind of thing rather than a team thing. So yeah,
it's a different way of watching. Kasi if you're gambling, of course you'll be watching for the team to win.
But
this time,
matter.
since let's say I'm betting on Rui Hachimura, dude, don't pass the ball. Score that shit. Go get that rebound. Yeah, that's how you watch this.
yes, definitely. I feel the same way about Brandon Clark. Brandon Clark.
Yo, dude, you're tall as fuck. Score that.
Ano bro, ang isa sa mga curiosity ko and the NBA cards, as we discussed earlier, what are the kinds of different, siguro iba-iba siguro yung as I've known kay akala ko isa lang ang brand ng NBA cards. Ngayon ko lang nalaman na iba-iba pala ang
marami siya.
So, can you give us more info on this kung ano pa yung mas rare na cards or ano yung mga cards now? So 1 out of 5 mga ganyan.
Ang NBA cards right now, ang official company na who sells NBA cards is Panini. So in Panini it's like parang let's just say parang if you're into sneaker collecting, Nike. So let's just say Nike. Meron siyang Air Force.
Wait, associated din ba Panini with the NBA or
yes, sila lang ang official and sila lang ang official na pwede mag sell ng cards to the public. So si Panini, it's like Nike. Merong Air Force, merong ano pa ba yung other
Jordan. Jordan ba?
Yeah, may Jordan. So sa NBA cards we have Select. So Select, it's another brand pero it's under Panini. So this one is Prism. So Prism and Select. So these are under Panini but at the same time, 'di ba, parang it's a different brand but same company. So ilapit natin. So yan. So that's Luka Doncic Silver Select. Rookie card yan.
Ito yung na-bet on mo, bro.
Yes, he's one of my collections.
NCAA nasa stats. Akala ko yung rookie season.
Kasi, that's why NCAA, kasi, of course, it's his rookie card. Hindi pa lalabas yung stats dito. So, if it's a sophomore year card na, dun lalabas yung Washington na, na stats.
We're learning, guys.
Yes.
Yan. So, besides Prism and Select, meron pa bang other,
Kaya yes, mga high-end products natin is like the Flawless, National Treasures. So,
under pa rin siya sa Panini.
Yes, everything is under Panini.
Ano bang mga ano dapat to be more sa mga investors natin dyan, to be more cautious siguro sa mga binibili nila. Baka ang iba kay parang dito lang ginawa, just like you couldn't tell the difference. So, how can we avoid those scams, bro?
Maybe the best way muna for newbies
Ask
to...
Compe.
Yeah, ask muna. Like,
Trust
if you know...
your dealer.
If you,
Not just with cards.
if you know someone who's been into the hobby for a year or two, of course they can tell if it's fake or not.
Yeah.
And then especially if you're new, if you really want matakot ka sa ma-scam ka na fake yan o hindi, you buy the graded ones. Kasi if it's graded, of course it's authenticated by someone, a company that's been in the hobby for years. So get a graded one and they can say if it's fake or not. Kasi if it's slabbed already, of course it's authentic, it's real. Pero if it's not, yun ang may chance.
No, can you talk more about ano ba? Yung pagka-rare niya kasi kanina na discuss pa ni Dinko na parang yung isa kay may back-to-back na Luka pati trade, diba?
Misprints,
diba? Mga
those are some weird facts of the hobby din na parang like merong time na it's
sample
Luka.
shown right here.
Wala akong card na ganun pero
Right here.
it's a Luka rookie card in front. But at the back of the card is Trae Young. Pwedeng ganun. Merong mga misprints na ganyan.
Gago ka din. Diba? Di na ako na anong...
Sige, para hindi ma-board si Dinko. Cleveland Cavaliers rookie card.
Rookie card.
Of LeBron James.
LeBron James.
Di ba may love-hate relationship kayo ni LeBron Dings?
LeBron James, yes.
Currently,
LeBron
do you
James.
love him or do you hate him?
Replay to my episode. Right now.
Okay, break.
Kapoy ka to, 2 hours, 30 minutes ba ito? Pangitaon man ako ito ba? Atin ko yung second na pinaka-longest. Ang first kay Bolo pati kay Drew. Shoutouts sa inyo, boss.
Shoutout mga boss.
Highlights to that video right here.
Right here. So anyways, ngayon bros, siguro, Sino ba mga other na influence mo na Pwede may shoutouts ngayon, let's say si Joe or si Macmac or any other people na interested ngayon and maybe who are listening. Sino pa?
Yan, si Arvin Jo, cousin ko si Mac, si Nico, friend ko, mga na-influence ko sa hobby, si Jude, yan, isa sa mga na-influence ko ito.
Si Dinko.
Mga 2 a.m. chinachat ko ng emoji lang na demonyo, sabi niya, sige, Comps game.
My late night booty call.
Yan ang legit booty call.
My booty call.
2 a.m. in the morning, still alive. Let's open a box.
I need a box. I need my box fix.
Imagine, long distance relationship kami from Malita to Davao.
Yeah.
Comps, may box ka dyan, open.
Probably for our viewers, siguro, what are the tricks of the trade before we end this segment, siguro? What are the tricks of the trade? For me, one thing I learned is that, sure, it's an autographed card, but it doesn't necessarily translate to that much money as much as you think it is. But you can have an autographed card, sure, it's great, but apparently one copy of an autographed card could be worth less than X amount of copies of this one specific card. Case in point, Jonathan Isaac collection ni Compe. He has a shit ton. He has a lot of Jonathan Isaac cards. And that lot alone probably costs more than probably 2 to 3 autograph cards of Jonathan Isaac. So probably one of the tricks of the trade I learned is definitely know your cards.
Yeah.
Don't just throw it just because it's a autographed card. Sometimes the autographed cards are worth less than the numbered cards. So one of the tricks of the trade, don't be hung up over autograph cards. So,
futuristically speaking, what are your end goals on this hobby? Or siguro main business? What are your end goals siguro? Of course, we should first love the hobby, diba?
Absolutely.
And right now, pero still we should set our goals. So, siguro any prediction lang sa'yo sa NBA ito sa ating life.
I want to hear Compe's end goal with this.
Tapos doon natin i-base ating goals.
Yeah.
Siyang standard.
Yeah.
Well, of course, my first dream was to have a shop. So, me and Romeo had one, but the pandemic forced us to close. And siguro one of my isa sa mga pwedeng goals for this is being one of the source of have to pull sick cards for people like box breaks. So I hope soon for the cross court magkaroon tayo ng cross court box break soon. Diba? So
Watch
that's one of the goals.
Spoiler alert.
That's another content for you too.
Yeah.
So that's a new market actually. So,
You heard it here live first.
In the cross court.
Cross court box breaks.
Yes,
Coming
sir.
soon. Coming soon. Definitely. We're working on it.
Wishing on pulling a sick Luka autograph. Diba?
Yeah. We're a misprint.
Or
Ikaw, Dings. Your end goal on this, bro?
Probably my end goal, since I'm a newbie at it, I look at it as a business opportunity. Plus, I love the game. I love basketball. Me and basketball have a
love relationship.
Love-hate relationship. I love basketball. Basketball doesn't love me.
Prone to injury.
I'm very.
These are for the frustrated players, bro.
These are for the frustrated players. Those who are frustrated dunkers, frustrated players, all of you frustrated ball handlers. Definitely, I suggest to dive in cards. It really brings out the NBA fan in you. Absolutely. I vouch for it.
Alright. So, before we end this segment, I would like to give a special shout out. Marami tayong pag-usapan on our local businesses besides this. And siguro, isa ka rin si Dinko sa akin if ever maglaag with PSA. Okay, times we just talk about wrestling. So, we'll also talk about wrestling. Do you watch wrestling, Comps?
Yeah.
Alright.
I do. Yeah.
So, let's talk about it So, on our last segment, guys, we talked about NBA cards. Right now, we will talk about the local businesses of my friends here. Kasi isa sa mga goals ko here in the cross court is to support local businesses. And right now, my friends here has their own local businesses, especially Dinko na alam natin kahit saan natin ito nakita. Are you familiar with Bisnok? I am sure that you are because kita natin ito sa social media from shoutouts to Dinko's from Facebook to Insta to the newspaper itself. So
Shout out. Link right here and right here.
So Dings, paano ba to nag-start yung before we proceed to your local business, paano ba nag-start yung Bisnok, Dings? Bale, is it from your own ideas or do you have any inspiration?
It was definitely a family-oriented decision. There was we identified a market gap between the chicken business or the lechon manok business. There wasn't much appreciation or much recognition for native chicken across Philippines, especially sa Luzon, which we did a study on. But yeah, I want to keep it short. But we just identified the market gap of native chicken and we just capitalized on that. Hence, Bisnok, our native lechon manok place. So, yeah.
Ayun. So, asan na ba ang branch sa Bisnok? Here in Davao, in Malita rin? Or meron na siya outside the Davao region?
There's one in Malita which we do every day. So, whoever's watching this in Malita, which I doubt. But, we're usually here, Bisnok, Saturdays sa my Del Pilar Village sa Maa. So you can always go on there every Saturday.
Meron a physical store?
Physical store not yet, but we're definitely looking into it.
Alright. So, lagyan natin sa link yung baba. Ito legit na talaga to. Lagyan natin sa link yung baba yung sa Bisnok, yung pages nila, and hopefully we can support the Bisnok business of Dinko. And
Thank you.
And I attest to it na lami jud siya.
Thank you.
Sulit jud siya. Okay. Dito tayo kay Coms. I-shoutouts mo yung business endeavors mo ngayon, Coms.
Shoutouts sa business din ni Mom, Purple Patisserie. You guys gotta try her cakes.
Food Panda,
Purple Patisserie. Check it out. So, yun. Mom loved baking. So, nilagay niya sa Food Panda and then people loved it. So, and then ngayon, me and we started Fin and Fowl.
Fin and Fowl.
Yeah, it's gonna be the fish and chicken soon. So, yun. Kami ng girlfriend ko nag-start yan.
Oh, ang ayos din kasi ngayon, no, kasi bale, against ng pandemic ba, dito na naglalabas yung hashtag support local ba? Dapat dati pa, no? Dapat dati pa, no ba? Bale, dito lang na-awaken ang mga tao na, you don't have to go to malls to, you should recognize the people na, neighbor mo na siguro, nagbebenta ng ganito, ganyan. Pero, it's worth the price pala talaga. So,
Follow Davao Online Market on Facebook.
Oo. Kay, pati yung may mga groups din na Davao support local Davao.
Vegans of Davao, shout out to Sahara.
Oo. So, siguro, any experiences on local Davao stores na, for example, ako, experience with, yung friend ko na nagbebenta ng parang nakalimutan kanyang store, but parang cup good cup, tas like
noodles.
Rice meals, cup noodles dali. Cup tas rice meals, at very simple pero ang laki na ng profit, and very cheap lang din, good. And so do you have any experiences on your friends na sinuportahan nyo? Kaya,
Uno Tupas. I've been a fan of Fast Fresh, Soul Kitchen, and yung Clean Cafe.
oh,
And of course, where I groom my dog, One Fab Pooch. Yun,
one
support.
fab pooch. Sa kanila pala yun.
Sa kanila pala yun?
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
Shoutouts
Shout out
to you,
to
man.
them. Yeah. So, yun.
Ikaw, Dings.
Definitely. Probably one of the notable things he said was Clean Cafe. I always go there. Being attempting to be vegan or
Legit, Dings.
definitely recovering from my pescatarian phase because I used to be vegan for 7 months.
Dings.
Oh, by 7 months, naging vegan ako last year. Clean Cafe definitely helped me. And right now, I still enjoy vegan food. It's probably my go-to food if I were to choose between anything else.
Bale mas maging energetic ang feels?
Yeah, for me, I mean, I'm sure there are loads of scientific studies and all that to back up my claims, but I'm not sure if I could fit this in this segment. But yeah, it makes me feel more energetic. I lost a ton of weight from it. Yeah.
For me, like one reason why I na-appreciate ko yung kasi hindi ko malasahan yung pagka-vegetables niya at their like sometimes, I mean, before, of course, parang as a kid I used to hate it kasi how it tastes, and then I don't know, it was different before, and then now they're like doing it na you don't really think about it na it's all vegetables or it's all plant-based.
Do you go vegan na rin, Toms?
Hindi naman. Hindi pa. I mean, yeah, sometimes pagka
Shout out to all the vegans.
nagkaroon na rin ako ng appetite for that na I'm looking
Hashtag
for
broccoli.
hashtag broccoli.
Pero para health is wealth ba? So,
Health is definitely wealth.
One of the things that I suggest if you go to Fast Fresh is mushroom crisps.
shout out sa iyo, bro. Na-expect siya palang mayari na one fab pooch. So, small world. So, transitioning sa one of the reasons I invited Dinko over to talk about one of our common interests, which is wrestling. And I believe si Compe meron din siyang knowledge of wrestling, knowing na sa childhood natin yung mga Undertaker, mga John Cena, HBK. So, I'll give this a simple question, simple answer, Dings. Very simple, but it's a very fun question. Who is your top 5 WWE wrestlers?
Of all time?
Limit natin sa WWE kayo. You can go to AEW at TNA, pero ikaw mas marami
WWE.
tayong knowledge sa WWE.
Yeah, definitely. And for the sake of Compe, we'll definitely go with WWE.
Gora.
So, number 1, idol ever since talaga. Eddie Guerrero, number 1.
Same
ba? Same ba yun?
Yes, Eddie Guerrero.
So, may magka-car na nagagawin
I
ganyan.
fucking
Yes,
love
sir.
Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero, number 1 for sure for me. Especially during our time.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
Eddie Guerrero.
Frog Splash.
And
Splash.
before that, rin kasi Dings, parang yung company kasi before nun, Vince McMahon wants to lean on champions who are big and muscular.
And Eddie Guerrero was the
Eddie
strict
Guerrero.
deviant from that.
Cruiserweight off. Yeah.
Yeah, so Eddie Guerrero, second, Kurt Angle.
sir.
Respect,
I
bay.
love
Yes,
Kurt
sir.
Angle. Kurt Angle, Shawn
Kurt Angle.
Michaels,
One of the
HBK.
more iconic na entrance, no?
Yeah.
You suck.
Carlitos.
Carlitos. I actually really like
Carlitos by...
So, number 2, Kurt Angle. Number 3, Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels.
I
HBK.
love Shawn Michaels.
Oh, bye.
Number 4,
No dead man.
Undertaker. Number
Yeah.
4, definitely Undertaker. And number 5, it's very personal, but JBL.
Yes, sir! JBL!
My favorite finisher.
Heel yun kayo siya.
My favorite finisher is
Clothesline
Clothesline
siya.
from Hell. I love it. I love it.
Di ba love mo si Eddie Guerrero? Wala mo siya na-hate nung nag-drive.
Exactly.
Nag-ano sila.
That's why I like JBL, because he did a good job for
Being
me
a
to
heel.
hate him.
Alright.
So I know he was doing a good job. So definitely JBL's in my top 5.
Dati ko, hindi ako nag-believe na siya si Bradshaw ba? From yung
APA?
Oo. Akala ko other person kay black mo good hair niya, brown kay hair.
That's long, diba?
Oo, late ko na, as in.
Bradshaw.
Diba? Tapos like, feel ko, JBL, feel ko nag-tone down ang kanyang parang mas naging fat na siya. Diba? So ako, siguro top 5 na ako ding Sky. You can share to your top 5 comps kay. Alam ko, may mga alam ka rin. Siguro isali ko si CM Punk. Kay, malaki kanyang mic work ba? Mic work niya. Mga pipe bomb niya ba?
Promo.
Oh, bali.
Galing promos niya.
Feel ko in our generation, besides na he is one of the modern na longest na reigning WWE Championship kay, feel ko na he's one of the people na kung paano siya mag-usap, gusto ko ganun din ako mag-usap.
Yeah.
Bali, feel ko mic work na talaga besides,
For sure.
okay man kanya
Promo work.
skill work, di ba? Kanyang, okay,
Work
kanyang,
ethic, yeah.
Kanyang finisher na go to sleep.
GTS.
Akin siguro ba yung pinaka-favorite ko na wrestler? Mick Foley.
Mick Foley, The Claw.
Yes, sir.
Hardcore
The Sock
legend.
ata siya? The Claw ba? The
ano?
Sock siya, di ba?
Sacco,
Mr.
Mr.
Sacco.
Sacco.
Mr. Sacco pala yan.
Alam mo finisher ni besides the submission, DDT kanyang finisher mga karaan.
Sino yan?
Si Mick Foley.
Si Mick Foley, yeah.
Si CM Punk, and of course, isali ko na si The Rock kay of his influence by
Yeah, actually.
isa siya sa magdala sa Attitude Era dings.
Absolutely. I agree.
What do you mean Attitude Era ba?
Kasi meron kasi silang eras per coms bali. Ang tawag sa era nila ni Stone Cold, nila sino pa sila Triple H yung nag-rise na good.
Kasama sila Brock Lesnar niyan, di ba?
Si Brock Lesnar kaysa na siya. Bata pa si pero ang more on ang prime ni Brock Lesnar is the after sa Attitude Era, which is the Ruthless Aggression Era. Meron kasi yung era, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And
So that's something I
Cut to
don't know
John
yet.
Cena. Cut to John Cena.
Si John Cena. yun.
Aggression.
Actually, nagalagay ako din ng laptop sa mga guests ko in case may gusto silang i-share. Like, i-share screen ko. Wala tayong laptop ngayon, pero yung nag-debut si John Cena Combs, kaya yun yung start sa Ruthless Aggression Era na naghihamon niya si Kurt Angle on a fight. Na yun.
Yeah,
yun
idol
yung,
din niya si Kurt Angle.
So, Deadman, The Rock, CM Punk, Eddie Guerrero, and John Cena. Yun yung talaga aking top 5. Okay. John Cena para sa akin kay, naging overrated siya for a while because...
Dude, yan. Ako din like...
grabe
yung impact ni John Cena.
Absolutely.
Even the DX nga, bro.
DX, no?
DX,
Grabe, ang DX ba
Ni-revive ni Triple H and yan, no?
Di ba yung akala ko talaga dati yung akala ko totoo pang wrestling. Akala ko kalaban talaga sila ng Triple H, pati siya may kasi in real life. Kaya grabe, it was so real na personala na ba, no? And ang blood god, guys. Ang blood nila back then in the Ruthless and Attitude Era kay it was real. They have
blading.
They have blade, naka-blade sila. Akala ko parang fake.
Fake blood.
Fake blood. Pero ngayon kaya yung may times na nagadugo talaga like by accident. For example, yung Randy Orton versus Brock Lesnar sa SummerSlam kay nanino si Brock Lesnar
Isiko niya
talaga bas nagdugo good tas like ang isa sa mga ito pag-usapan ko sandali sa iyo dings malalamin na break yung streak ni Undertaker against Brock Lesnar. Alam mo may streak si Undertaker comes sa WrestleMania. Undefeated siya sa WrestleMania until in WrestleMania 30. Natalo siya ni Brock Lesnar. And isa sa mga issues nun kung was it a shoot or was it scripted? Ay, tama ba?
So maybe I think that's the reason why nawala kagad si Brock Lesnar kasi gusto niya totoo talaga na fights.
Actually, si Brock Lesnar gusto niya totoo talaga ng fight but he respects Vince McMahon enough na to show in some pay-per-view sa to participate to fight
Brock
Goldberg.
brings the money.
Okay. But sa controversy na yun dings, do you think na yung katawan ni Undertaker was just old enough to kick out from that F5 or was it written talaga? Kasi sa mga ginasabi ni Paul Heyman na Hindi natin alam kung totoo ba yun or hindi.
I like the mystery behind it. So I'll leave it to the fans. For me, I think it was due time. It made Brock Lesnar look really strong.
Yun nga, no? And balik-balik after nun kay gibalik-balik na ni Paul Heyman, di ba na marang ka ng that Paul Heyman voice na balik-balik na naging catchy niya. So, sige ikaw, who's your top 5 WWE wrestlers?
So, number 1 siguro si Mick Foley. Tapos,
do you have any Mick Foley members kaya man siya nasali sa top 5?
I just like the Mr. Sacco. And then, actually, di ba siya din yung may bat na may barbed wire usually?
I remember yung Legend
yung
Killer.
character niya talaga. Character itself. Gusto ko.
Hardcore!
And then, siguro number 2, the Dudley Brothers.
Dudley Boys.
Dudley Boys. Sorry. Dudley
The
Boys.
3D!
Tapos, number 3.
Before you proceed sa third mo ba, question ka lang, sino yung tatlong character ni Mick Foley under WWE? Ikaw mo, answer mo, pero ikaw.
I don't know.
Ikaw,
Mankind. Dude Love. And
Damn, I don't know this stuff.
Cactus Jack, alright. Okay.
Cactus Jack, Travis
Okay.
Scott.
Actually, fun fact ba, si Mick Foley lang ang only person who sa Royal Rumble, di ba, 30, who nag-entry siya 3 times under 3 names, 3 different names.
In one match?
In one Royal Rumble.
What?
Oo, ba?
Buti
Fun fact.
Damn, okay.
Sige, go, bro.
so number 3 mo.
Number 3, I'm thinking about, I think Booker T. Or si, Booker T or Boogeyman.
I like his top 5.
Si Boogeyman, bro, parang scary siya kasi when he debuted, diba, sobrang bata pa tayo, tapos he got worms, tapos may clock siya always. So I think, pero
Ginapait niya ang divas.
sila,
I like
yung
his list.
third ko, sila dalawa, sabay, talaga, hindi yan, Then, 4, si Edge.
Akala sabi niya Stacy Keibler. Si Edge.
And then,
nag-return ba si Edge ba after 10 years na nag-sideline because of an injury?
Bye.
Kalaban si Randy Orton. Okay, anyways.
and then the 5th, si Chris Masters ba yun? Master Lock? Yes, sir!
I really like his
Era ba yan? Ma-remember ko yung time na wala talaga maka-break sa Master Lock na ano.
Oh, bye. Like, I do it with my brother.
Yeah. Master Lock. Everybody does it.
Yeah.
So, yun. Like, if you think about my top 5, wala si John Cena. Wala
It's
si-
okay.
more of
it's the people that entertained me a lot.
Yeah.
So, yun. The Dudley
Definitely.
Boys, I mean, there's one person din na there's lots of honorable mention, like, maybe Randy Orton,
Yeah.
of course. Tapos, isa yung si Jericho? Tama
Chris
ba?
Jericho.
Chris Jericho.
Jericho.
Jericho Wall ba yun?
Wall of Jericho.
Wall of Jericho. Damn, man. Grabe, good times.
Sige.
Well, of course, yan. Sila Undertaker. Of course, yan yung mga ano. Pero, man.
Okay, another wrestling question, Dings. One of your great favorite na factions here in
DX. I think DX was the most impactful to me when I was a kid.
So, kung sa modern Dings, mayroon kang modern. Like the 2010s era na siguro and beyond. How about the Shield, man? Give
Not a
some love
fan.
from the
I'm
Shield.
not
Why?
a fan of the Shield. I don't know. I don't like the Shield.
Wyatt family. The New Day.
I like the Wyatt family. Wyatt family definitely is my favorite faction of 2010s.
Sayang si Brody Lee,
I
no?
love the rest in peace, Brody.
Rest in peace, Brody Lee. The New Day ba? Not a fan.
Not a fan.
Alright. Ako sali ko na siguro ang Hardy Boys.
Hardy Boys.
Kailan Hardy Boys, bro?
Everybody
Kay,
loves the Hardy Boys.
Hardy Boys.
WrestleMania,
Nasa
nakalimutan pa.
2010s ba si Hardy Boys?
Bali, nag-return sila bago lang nung
Okay.
Kaya may bago kasing gimmick si Matt Hardy Dings, di ba? Like,
Matt Hardy's back?
He never left, man, in the wrestling industry. But he was back with Jeff Hardy in... Kasi ang maganda nun kasi, nakapunta ng WrestleMania yun, Dings.
Siya ba yung Swanton Bomb?
32.
Si Jeff Hardy. 32
I think
ba yun?
32, 33.
Nag-return sila.
Yeah.
Ang nangyari kasi nun, for those who are listening, they were one of the pioneers of the table sladders and chairs match. Sila yung mga nagpauso ng mga, jump over to the,
stunts nila.
siguro, of course, ang ECW yung talaga dapat i-credit nun. But yung nagdala sa WWE talaga was the Hardy Boys, Dudley Boys, and Edge and Christian, di ba?
Dudley Boys.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What is your favorite match
Of all time?
of all time?
Lahat talaga? Marami ba? So,
Well, what's your favorite? What's your favorite?
siguro, it would be more, if ever i-ask me anong pinaka-first nag-pop sa mind ko, siguro yung triple, yung tag team na triple threat na which featured Dudley Boyz, Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, and Edge Christian na TLC rin ang nanalo. Yung malala mo yung iconic na nagahang si Jeff Hardy tapos spear siya from mid-air ni Edge. Bye.
Yeah.
So, ikaw din, sana sa'yo?
My favorite match, WrestleMania 20.
Wait lang. Lagi. Chris Benoit, Shawn
Triple
Michaels,
H.
Triple H.
Dude, Chris Benoit bitaw, no?
Ano ba yung ano na ba yun sa WWE?
Sucks.
Hindi kasi
I love that match.
hindi gina-own ng WWE si Chris Benoit, gina-disown na nila
Kasi
ba yun?
after what happened.
Very kasi tragic, naging murder niya lahat, everyone.
Yeah.
Damn. Pero idol din yan, Chris
Idol.
Benoit.
Diving headbutt, man. What the fuck?
Daan na liki, uy.
Lagi.
Ako, I don't have a favorite match, pero I'm always excited with SummerSlam. Yung mga nasa cage sila, waiting to come out. Yun yung mga favorite.
That's Elimination Chamber.
Elimination Chamber.
Isa sa
ba
mga
yan?
memories ko nung bata pa ako was that surprise ni Undertaker si JBL and na-shock si JBL and he just said 2 words. You, me, SummerSlam. 3 words pala. So,
pero may mga favorite segments like as a kid,
Uh-oh.
like Innocent Me, and then there was like, I don't know if paano nag-start yun, pero alam ko parang may bet yun na parang it's gonna be Edge and this girl they're gonna have
Alita.
di ba they have a bed there,
Oh,
mag-sex sila there.
Well,
Like,
really
dude, I was excited.
I
Honestly.
was really excited.
Dude,
I was waiting
for
for my mom to sleep to watch Raw.
yun yung mga isa sa mga favorite ko na. Uy, it's still stuck in my head na, is this gonna be my first porn?
Is this live porn?
ang ano ba yan, no? Ang sabi nila ngayon din, kasi nagaliit na daw ang rating sa Raw and SmackDown, and there was a rumor that they want to resurrect the Attitude Era. And
I agree. I think they should.
diba?
I really think they should. They should really change stuff up if they want to do better, especially with AEW.
Yan eh. And
Absolutely.
knowing na si Chris Jericho, isa sa mga nagadala ngayon sa... And marami siya dong magaling sa AEW ngayon, from Dean Ambrose to...
Everybody.
Sting is part of AEW na.
Everybody's really good in AEW.
So to give a background check kay ang AEW by kay Cody Rhodes.
I'm sure hindi niya alam.
No.
Hindi magkasa Cody Rhodes.
Wala na, wag na.
Hindi na, no?
Wag na.
Basta,
It's too
It's gonna
recent.
be a long...
It's too recent.
Bale, a wrestler who is hindi siya underperforming, pero wala masyado siya nabigyan ng much screen time sa WWE. Branched out. Hindi siya nag-branch out pala. He made his
Nagawa ng own promotion.
na, na para sa akin, nasa level na ng WWE.
Anong niya?
AEW ang pangalan. Parang ganun.
I actually don't know it yet.
So, pero if ever, feel ko na they're doing a great job, diba?
They're doing better than WWE, I would say.
Parang ang NXT ngayon ang ganda masyado. I like NXT. Kaya kasi Dings, Adam Cole, baby.
Adam Cole.
Maraming mga bago bro na si Adam Cole para siyang si Shawn Michaels for me.
Same. I agree.
Gapo-gapo dito kaya ang new era karon. So, sige, last before we have an end to this podcast, for you Dings, who is your fantasy dream match?
Dream match?
So it
That's
means
a good question,
na
bro.
never pa sila naglaban. So any that comes into your mind, siguro a Hulk Hogan, siguro mga let's say Eddie Guerrero versus Seth Rollins, or Andre the Giant versus Big Show.
Probably mine would probably be
Marami masyado, no?
Yeah.
You can think randomly.
but definitely it has to involve Eddie Guerrero. So I'll just put it Eddie Guerrero versus
AJ Styles,
AJ Styles, or
Ricochet.
probably AJ Styles versus Shawn Michaels.
Oh, okay. Sayang no, never sila na-crosspat ba kay
I'd love to see that.
si AJ Styles pala bro, kay sa TNA yan. Yung time na gahi kay ang WWE, he was the star of TNA. Do you know of TNA?
No.
Another separate
Another
promotion.
promotion.
Okay.
Iba na naman. So, ako na lang, ikaw muna bro, before.
Sa akin, it's not as maybe controversial or what, pero as a fan,
Oo.
I want to see Eddie Guerrero against Carlitos.
Hindi mo naglaban sila.
I don't know.
Same era ata sila.
By,
Same timeline.
Like, by Carlitos, I spit the face of people.
I want to be cool.
By,
Carlitos.
I dare you to spit on
I love-
Eddie Guerrero's face.
I love Carlito.
Yeah. Okay, si Carlito. Debut niya ata, natalo si John
Carlito,
Cena.
wala Carlito. Yeah.
Akin kaya, CM Punk versus Stone Cold Steve
Oh.
Austin.
Yeah,
Siguro
that's
because of the
nice.
mic work, ikaw
They would create really good package
Oo.
promo.
okay kaya alam mo yung Chris Jericho versus CM Punk. That was awesome, man. Parang gi-expose niya yung excuse me.
Sad.
Nag-record pa to.
Bloopers.
ID mo? Oh.
Ako Stone Cold na
Yeah.
Ay, hindi ko na yung cut. Hello! Ay, sorry, baliktad.
Bloopers.
So, alright. So, para sa akin kay Stone Cold pati si M Punk because I know the mic work na makreate nila. And, siguro kung modern, siguro dings, magpili ako ng modern na mga kalaban. Gusto ko ma-involve si Dean Ambrose. And siguro The Rock. Kay, I know Dean Ambrose will go all out and The Rock will make him over. And, anyone would scream for The Rock, diba? Alright.
Probably another one out there. Kenny
Well,
Omega and
kung si The Rock,
Kenny Omega and
AJ Styles, but in WWE.
bitaw, tama. Sayangan ko kay Sami Zayn, ba? Kaya parang,
Yeah.
tagal siya masyad, karang over
what would
June na kanya.
The Rock look like right now na he's bigger now,
Gago.
tapos ibalik mo siya
He's
sa
fucking jacked.
WWE.
Shout out to The Rock.
Shout The Rock, be the guest of
Tapos
the
maybe
CrossPod.
that's baka maganda The Rock and Brock Lesnar again.
Yeah.
At this time.
Brock
Baka
Lesnar
sila-
can perform ba, He can perform.
Patakuhay sila glawas.
Malala mo yung nag-shooting star press siya against,
Kurt
Kurt
Angle.
Angle.
I love it. I love Brock
Wala ba
Lesnar.
yan?
How about Chris Masters and The Rock?
Patakuhay sila glawas.
Patakoy glawas.
Ang wrestler mas kaya
Mag-flex.
bodybuilding lang.
Mag-flex lang.
Okay,
See,
next position.
I dare Chris Masters to do the Master Lock to The Rock. Gusto ko yun makita on live television.
Ang naka-break niya, una nun si Bobby Lashley. Do you know
Oh,
Bobby Lashley?
bye Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley.
He's back, in WWE. He's
Bye,
back.
he's one of
Big
my
chocolate
din
man.
idols.
Yeah. So, kailangan si Dings Rusev and Lana.
Si Miro.
Si Miro ng NCAA.
Meron akong toy before na I don't know. I didn't see him sa WWE. I'm not sure pero I'm a fan of him. Si Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash.
Si
Kevin
Diesel.
Diesel,
Big
yan,
Daddy
Diesel.
Cool.
It was a gift so parang naging
I love
fan ako.
wrestling.
NWO.
So yun.
Alright, so bye.
Childhood by
Childhood.
play.
Thank you for those childhood memories back then.
Shout
So, do you have any final shout-outs before we end this podcast? Dinks?
Yeah, again, I'll just plug my Bisnook. Every Saturday, sa Maa, you could come pick it up, or you could pre-order from our page. So yeah.
Alright. Ikaw, bro.
Purple Patisserie, Gambit Cards, and Fin and Foul.
Alright, so to end, thank you, bros, thank you. Shout out to the Basketball Zen, shout out to the CrossPod, the CrossPod Clothing, hopefully maka-restock. And
shout out to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
yeah, shout outs to the Brooklyn
Shout
Nets,
out to
Steve
Sex
Nash,
Boy.
to the Sex Man.
Shout out to Josh.
Alright, shout outs to you all, and hopefully the CrossPod will have more famous guests like these two.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah,
I feel honored. I feel
Famous.
honored.
Second time on the show.
Infamous lang
To
ako.
end, we are the Cross Court, and so are you. Thank you.
Thank you.